All right. Welcome to the latest edition of Terrible Towel Tuesday. I am your host, SimFBallCritic, and we are about to get into this thing. Boy, do we have a lot to talk about. I mean, do we have a lot to talk about, or do we have a lot to talk about? So you guys already know how we do. Give me a minute, literally 60 seconds, maybe less than that. I got to send the link out to a few special people. Then we're going to dive right in. We got an action-packed show tonight, man. We got the RoundTable is back in the building. We're going to have myself, Kenyon, and Tony. We'll be doing the RoundTable. We will field a few calls, but of course you're going to have to keep those short. Man, we got a lot to talk about, so give me a second, guys. I'm almost done. Like I said, I'm trying to find a better way to alert some of these special viewers here, but I can only do it via text. Well, I'm almost done. And then we can have some fun. All right, so here we are, man. Let's get it started. Let's go ahead and do our quick roundtable. I mean, not our quick roundtable. Let me do my quick introduction and say what's up to a few of you guys. But like I said, as you guys are filing in, we are doing the roundtable format tonight with myself, Kenyon, and Tony. So stay tuned for that. But what I'm going to do first and foremost, let's do the quick introductions. What's up to Michael Garman, Antonio Clown, Julio Jones, Daredevil, Y Diggy, Tristan Cooper, Rail Facts. As my condensation pump is running, you guys are probably hearing that finally cut off. And let me cut some music on. And you guys let me know how the volume is on that music. Real Facts, JJ Walker, Joseph Dallavici. I haven't seen you in a while. Joseph, how you been, man? Christian Gonzalez, Notoriously Entertainment, Carl Big Art, Vista Light, Miles Wallace, Luis D, and we'll stop it right there, man. I don't want to take all the time up doing that. So anyway, again, let me give you guys the agenda. I'm definitely going to talk about Ben Roethlisberger. We got to address the Ben Roethlisberger situation. It is a bad one for us. We're going to do that. I'm going to talk a little bit about Minka Fitzpatrick, give my quick thoughts on that. I'll show you a little bit of film, and I'm going to try to do all of that really quick because I want to spend the duration of this show with my guys, man, with Tony and Kenyon as we do our roundtable State of the Steelers. And we're going to hit you with that. And then, of course, phone calls are welcome. The phone number is right there on the screen for you guys that can't see it. 619-924-0818. We'll be happy to bring you in. Keep it quick. And there you have it. So the first thing I'm going to do, let's talk about, man, Ben Roethlisberger, guys. Ben Roethlisberger is gone for the season. For you, sorry about that, guys. Another video started playing right there. You probably heard that in your ear. My bad. Yeah, man, Ben Roethlisberger is gone, folks. Gone for the season. For you guys that don't know, he has an injury to his elbow, which most of us already knew that from watching the game. Did not finish the game, as most of you guys probably know that. Mason Rudolph came in and had to fill in for him. We later found out that Roethlisberger is out for the season. Ben Roethlisberger has also said that this is not the end for him. That was kind of my concern. I wanted to know, whether or not this was the end for Ben Roethlisberger. Did he feel like he's had enough? Sounds like wear and tear to me. It was a non-contact injury. Wear and tear on a quarterback arm, so hopefully it's not as bad as some would think. Some people thought it might have been Tommy John. Sounds like they're preliminarily they're ruling that out. We really don't know yet. But yeah, man, this season has definitely taken a turn. Okay, we already started out 0-2. A lot of us didn't want that. We're already looking down. Our heads are down in the dumps. And then you lose your starting quarterback, regardless of the fact that if you think Mason Rudolph could, do a good job, I don't care whether you think he can or not. When you lose your starting quarterback, whether you like Ben Roethlisberger or not, that does something to your team. Point blank, period. It disrupts the rhythm. It disrupts the plan, everything. Now, there's a bright side. It could be a bright side to this, and I'll wait till Kenyon and Tony get on and we'll dive into that. I don't want to take too much away from that conversation I know we're going to have. But wow. It goes from a loss to a big loss, all in the same breath, man. So yeah, that's a tough blow. Moving right along, but in return, Minka Fitzpatrick. Wow. Okay, for you guys that don't know, and it's funny, I'm very humbled by this, but some people say they only get their Steelers news from this show. So here it is, in case you haven't heard. The Pittsburgh Steelers have acquired Minkah Fitzpatrick, defensive back from the Miami Dolphins. A lot of you guys may know him from his Alabama days. Very, very good, very, very versatile DB. He's going to play safety for us. Mike Tomlin pretty much said as much today in his press conference. Obviously, with Sean Davis being down, now we hear about that. Sean Davis is on IR. I think they said something like torn labrum or something. That is a huge situation right now. Because now, what it actually does is it keeps Cam Kelly on the roster. Whether you like him or not, I thought perhaps what was going to happen before I knew about the Sean Davis injury, we got a pretty decent safety rotation with Davis. At this point, I was thinking he was going to be the third man, but you're not going to take Edmonds out of the strong safety spot. You know, he got to keep working on him. He's your first round pick. And I'm thinking Minkah was going to start and Davis would be the third guy. Maybe we would still work in some 3 safety rotations. We might still do that. Remember, Cam Kelly can play the slot as well as Minka Fitzpatrick can play corner, but he wants to be a safety. So it makes it interesting now that Sean Davis is out of the picture. So I don't know if all of you guys knew that. He had to go on IR. This is interesting, but let me speak on this really quick because I know we'll dive into this when Kenyon and Tony come on, but this shocked the you-know-what out of me. I never imagined that the Steelers would meet that demand of a first-round pick. They don't do that. But I'm happy that they did. I'm happy to see that they're not sitting on their hands. If you think about what the Steelers are doing this year, or have done this year up to this point, it goes against everything that we know about the Steelers. Paid more money than they usually do in free agency signing a guy like Steven Nelson. Moved up to get Devin Bush. And now you trade a first-round pick for Minkah Fitzpatrick. And I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. Again, I'm going to wait for the round table because I want this to be an organic conversation. But I'll give you my full thoughts on that as well as my full thoughts on Mason Rudolph. Just wanted to bring you guys up to speed before we dive into that segment. What else do we need to talk about before we look at a little bit of film? There are some injuries, guys. You know, Vince Williams is dealing with a hamstring. James Conner is dealing with a knee. A couple of these guys, they will assume, are just bumps and bruises, like Tomlin likes to say. Rosie Nix will be out again, already categorized as being out. So it's going to be very interesting, man. What's going to happen with Dante Moncrief? If you listen to Tomlin's press conference, you know he kind of says things and you have to read between the lines. It sounds like that he's not going to be in the starting lineup in this upcoming game. I think we might see more from a Deontay Johnson. He also alluded to the fact that naturally with Mason Rudolph being the starter, you might see unintended more snaps for James Washington, but James Washington doesn't play the X. I think Deontay Johnson will be the X. Will be the X receiver. Maybe some mix and match in there with sometimes getting Juju to play one of those spots. We'll see. But it's going to be very interesting, man. The team has just changed as far as the plan, and this is going to be interesting. What else did I want to address really quick, guys? Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Is there anything else I wanted to address before we dive into the footage? Where are my notes? No, I think I covered it all. I believe. Now, here's another thing. I don't know why it's showing the same title again. So I'm going to have to change this when we're done. I see that for whatever reason it didn't save. So it's the exact same title of the last video. So I got to fix that. Let me actually fix that while we're on the call. I'll do that while Kenyon and Tony are talking. So no wonder I can't see my notes. All over the place tonight, guys. But anyway, let's dive right into some of this footage. We're going to take a look at a couple plays here. Just a few. Let me bring it up. Because I figured how I'm probably going to start doing this. Like I said, I'm going to try to pin it down to maybe, 3 or 4 plays each week. This week it might be a tad bit different, but I don't want to spend so much time doing this because this could be forever and ever. Forever, ever? Yes, forever, ever. It could be. Y'all saw how much time I took up last week. So the first play we're going to take a look at here, man, 3rd and 9 at the Pittsburgh 46. I believe this was the 3rd drive. Let's take a look at Ben Roethlisberger missing Johnny Holton. This could have been a huge play, possibly a touchdown if it's put in it, if it's on the money a little more, Holton might be able to get there. But why is this play important? Some people might ask. Let's go back and view it again. Oh, I got to refresh it. Game Pass does that sometimes, guys, so bear with me. Let me see. Let me go back and find it again. It just took it away from me. Here, let's look at it one more time. We'll slow it down this time, and I'll do a little bit of pausing. What I want you to pay attention to, man, is the formation. You split Juju out, then you bring him over to create a not triple, but trips, right, bunch these guys together, which a lot of times it's going to give, it's very advantageous for the offense because of the release points. The defense, depending on what they're running, can get twisted up. You put Vance McDonald down here, and you have him lined up, opposite the trips, obviously. So you're going to use Vance McDonald to keep this guy in position. Also, you're putting a lot of pressure on the safety. And the reason why, in this scenario, he has 3 people coming at him. The safety doesn't know which one of these guys are going to go vertical. For the most part, if you're looking at where they're taking off from, back here on the 45, by the time they get about 10 yards, defenders should recognize that as a vertical route. Whether it ends up a post, an out, a streak, whatever. It's vertical if it's 10 yards or more. So the safety is put into a compromised position. Ben Roethlisberger is looking to see if Johnny Holton is going to clear. If he clears, he has a bunch of room over here. Why? Vance McDonald is running an out. Okay? Oh, that ain't Vance. Who is that right there? Vance McDonald's actually... Where's Vance McDonald at? I don't think Vance is even on the field. Now that I look at it, looking at who's out there. Not sure who this is. I can't see the number, but either way, where they have this guy lined up is going to hold this guy in position. He has to honor this out route. This leaves a bunch of room here. If Ben Roethlisberger puts this on the money, and the reason why I wanted to show you guys this, Johnny Holton is going to be a deep threat for us this year. I really believe that. Look at all this space and opportunity. A little better throw, and I know sometimes you can't be mad when a quarterback overthrows a guy, but a little better throw, Johnny Holton is probably walking into the end zone right there with his speed. Missed opportunity. But understanding what happened to Ben's arm, I don't know. Can we blame him? I don't know. So the next thing we're going to look at, man, let's look at a touchdown by the Seattle Seahawks. No, wait. One other bonehead thing I got to show you guys really quick. Look at this. It's going to piss y'all off when you see the end. Y'all see that? This is a touchdown that was nullified. Let me put it in slow motion. By Sean Davis. You can't have these type of things happen. Mark Barron scored a touchdown here. And look at this. There is no reason to do that, Sean Davis. No reason to do that. And it goes along with what I always say. Some things you can blame coaches for. Some things you got to blame the player for. And I know people can preach discipline this, discipline that. There's nothing the coaching staff can do once this guy's on the field. No reason at all. I mean, Sean Davis. I just need to ask you a question. I'm going to show y'all where my question comes. Right here, Sean Davis has to know what's happening over here. There's no way he doesn't know that is a clear path to the end zone. So why would you block this guy if you're able to read his back numbers? I get it. I get it. You don't want him to get Mark Barron, but use your head, sir. Mark Barron is going to score here. That's only 11 yards. And then Lockett did a good job with selling it too. Now, why is this significant, you might ask? Well, if we scroll down a bit further, well, we did actually score on that drive. Okay, so I'll take that back. I thought that was the drive that we didn't score on. We actually did score, so it wasn't that big of a situation. But now let's take a look at the Seattle touchdown. We'll take a look at that play really quick. Got to pick on Devin Bush just a little bit. Let me see. Where is it? Give me 2 seconds, folks. Got to pick on our rookie just a little bit. Just a little bit. But a rookie's a rookie, man. We can't beat him up too much because he's a rookie. You know what I mean? Let me find that touchdown, man. I just saw it too before I came on. Where's the touchdown? I think it was in the second quarter. Where is it? Where is it? I can't find it, guys. I cannot find it. I can't find it for whatever reason. I'm gonna keep looking for it, man, because I want to show you guys that. Hold on, give me a second, man. Now I know I should be more in order, right? I know. Give me a second. I just saw this play. Now why can't I find it now? I just saw it. Just saw the play before I started the show. There it is. All right, we got to pick on Devin Bush for a second, but not so much. Let me show you guys the play in regular speed. Devin Bush gives up that touchdown, but I'm going to tell you something. What I saw there was a better throw by Russell Wilson. Let's put this in slow motion. Devin Bush reads it. He's in good position, but Russell Wilson makes a heck of a throw. Look at that throw. Look at the placement of the ball. It's not a whole lot Devin Bush can do. Devin Bush is 5'11". This tight end, I believe, is 6'3", 6'4", something like that. But better throw by a quarterback. A perfect throw. There's no defense for a perfect throw. Look at this. Bush is underneath that. Nothing you can do. And then also, it's just one of them situations when you take a look at the play here. Sean Davis identifies that threat a tad bit late. He's unable to get over there to help him. Gives up the touchdown. Now, there was a play later on that Devin Bush, see if I can find it, man. There was a second touchdown by the Seahawks where Devin Bush definitely gave that one up. Here it is. And then we'll be done. Then I'll bring on Kenyon and Tony. Let's look at this one in slow motion. He's a rookie, man. He's going to learn, he's going to have growing pains. But I like what I see out of Devin Bush. But again, these things happen, man. Remember, Troy Polamalu wasn't amazing at all in his first year. Give these guys a chance. But this one, he's got to recognize this a little faster. See? He's got to get into his area a little too fast, a little faster. But what he's doing, He's paying too much attention to what's going on back here instead of getting to his assignment. Looks like he's caught looking at Russell Wilson or looking at the running back when he doesn't need to do that because Barron is playing this responsibility over here. So if Devin Bush, if he gets into his zone area fast enough, maybe he deters that throw. Maybe Russell Wilson doesn't make that throw because if you look at everyone else is accounted for. Here we are bringing the predictable corner blitz. Look at that. Look at that. We don't do any disguising, man. That really ticks me off about Keith Butler. However, Devin Bush gets in his own spot. Maybe that blitz gets home. Russell Wilson has to hold it one more second. So, there you have it, man. And we'll look at it again from this angle. And then I'm going to bring my guys on and we're going to talk. Got to get over there faster than that, Bush. You got to recognize what defense you're playing. There's no reason for him to be hung up here. None. There's no reason. Once you read the way they're releasing, you got to haul tail and get back. And again, I could be over expecting, but like I said, these things come with time. These things come with time, right? You know you're playing this area. You can start cheating over a bit because Lockett comes across the formation. And let me show you guys the reason why that's important. So it looks like, from what I'm seeing here, we're playing match coverage here. These guys are playing man at the top. And if that is the case, Devin Bush has to identify who his man is. Who in this situation, let's pause it. His guy appears to be the number 2 in this scenario would be the tight end. So you got to get there. Because Barron is taking him. Corner on this side is taking this guy leaking. And there's a high safety right there. So this actually looks like it turned into a cover 1 defense. Because you got one single high safety. He's playing man right here. So, growing pains is going to happen, man. He's a rookie. Don't beat him up, guys. He'll be better. He'll be much better. Don't worry about that. All right, let's bring the guys on, man. Let's get it cracking. Let me get them up in here. Appreciate you guys bearing with me, man. All right, we got Tony and Kenyon in the building. What's going on, fellas?
Hey, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
What up?
What up, Kenyon? And before the guys start talking, man, I need you guys to let me know 2 things. Is the music too loud? And is the callers too low? Because there's one guy that tells me every week that the callers are low, and I don't hear anybody else say that. So I want to know, is that the case or is it not the case? Y'all let me know. But Tony and Kenya, man, where do y'all want to start, man? We got a lot to get into.
Well, hey, whatever you want to start. Usually I know I'm going to start it off, and then we're going to let my man Kenyon go on.
All right, man. Well, Tony, I'll throw it at you, man. Just give me your initial thoughts of Roethlisberger going down, and then the Steelers picking up Minka Fitzpatrick. What are your thoughts on those things?
Wow, I mean, just a lot of things has happened over the last, 24 hours or so. We were up, texting and everything. Things just hit us all of a sudden at 10 o'clock. We like, wow. But been going down, wow. I mean, that's a little blow, to us. I'm glad that, during the preseason, he got some time in. You could see where, when we were talking, we were saying we could see him being a little bit more poised than he was the year before.
Yeah.
You see the little nervousness. It wasn't as accurate, but you could see he's a little bit more poised when he's throwing. He has more confidence. I mean, you saw in some games that he was moving out of the way. He was stepping in the throws. He was moving around, you know, outside of the pocket and everything. And I know he was playing against some furniture movers, but hey, they were players, they NFL players, you know. So I think that, you know, I feel good. You know, I feel real good because, you know, usually in times past when we have someone else that comes in, unless it was like, you know, Leftwich or Batch, you know, you feel a little better. But I feel a little bit better now, you know, when Ben went down, that, you know, we have a quarterback that's able to come in. You know, I'm gonna you know, I'm just gonna hope, you know, that, you know, some things, him getting some you know, some snaps this week in practice and everything, getting the playbook down. I think, you know, I want to see that, and hopefully he does well. You know, and then we talk about Minka Fitzpatrick. You know, I don't know about you guys, but I was a little bit excited, almost like when we got Joe Hayden. I don't know how y'all was, but I was a little bit much more excited, you know, just to have another corner, you know, on the other side at the time. And just looking at this, guys, and a lot of people don't know, and I'm hopefully that, you know, a lot of guys that's like on the chat, and, you know, a lot of the younger guys, they begin to know their team, because we bring in guys, you know, pre-draft visits, and that's how we know those players. We already know that they will fit. Right. You know, because some people say, well, I hate the draft, and I mean, I hate the, you know, the pick that we gave up, and I don't like the player, but when they already looked into that player and sat down and had dinner with him, they already knew that guy would possibly fit into the scheme already. So, you know, I'm liking it. He's physical. You know, he has a little height. He can play all positions in the backfield. We haven't had someone like that almost like since Troy. Not that he's, you know, I'm saying versatile. He's not at Troy level. Okay, but the thing about it, he's young. He's 22 with a good contract. We get the 5th-year option. I like everything about the trade because we don't know how the trade is. I mean, you know, the draft is going to go next year. At least we got someone that has already been in games. You can see the Miami highlights. He already have a pick 6. He has a lot of pass defenses. He has a lot of tackles. He's involved in the game. I like the kid. So, and he's physical, you know, and he's smart. You can see where he's smart. But that's what I got from it.
Yeah. What you think, Kenyon? What's your thoughts, man, on losing Ben and the pickup of Minkah Fitzpatrick?
Yeah, well, you know, the Ben being hurt, that's a big blow, man, because that's your franchise quarterback. But I'm not as worried as I would have been if Dobbs was the number 2 quarterback. I'd be really worried
right.
if Dobbs was the number 2 quarterback.
That's right.
I don't have that same type of feeling with Mason. I kind of like Mason's makeup. He's a hard worker. If you hear the reports, he's always staying late. He's always on his game, and you like that in a backup quarterback. And really, this is really his audition to the Steelers to see, hey, I can lead y'all. You know, I can take us somewhere. So it's really an audition for him. You can kind of call him like a rookie because he's only been in the league 1 year. But I like his makeup. I like his swagger. He has a nice little swag to him. The players seem to believe in him. He didn't come in the game rattled, and you know,
at all.
He didn't throw a pick. Dante Moncrief caused that pick, and that's why Dante Moncrief. We might not see Dante Moncrief no more. But
yep.
But I don't have that same type of feeling with Mason. He's gonna have struggles because, you know, going on the road, those are struggle situations. But, you know, I have a lot of confidence in him. I have way more confidence than if Dobbs was there, because I already know what Dobbs was about. You know what I mean? He basically played the same way like that at Tennessee. So I already knew what he was about. So as far as the Minkah thing goes, you know, me and you chit-chatted about giving up number 1 picks. And look, I like Minka Fitzpatrick. I think he's way better than Sean Davis. Way better. That's why he went 11. But I sure would have liked to have Delpit.
Oh man,
I sure would have liked to have. I
Yes.
sure would have liked to take a shot at Isaiah Simmons from Clemson to pair with Bush. It just would have been nice, you know what I mean, to do that. But you know, I'm looking at the positive. The Steelers could trade up in the first round. You don't know what's going to happen on draft night. People going to fall, and people trade back up into the first round. And obviously they've scouted it to where they feel like Minkah, the value is there because you have him for those 3 years with the option. So pairing him with Terrell Edmonds, like I said, like I texted to you, Sim and Tony, this is the last time we're going to see Sean Davis. So I'm cool with the Minkah thing. I mean, he seems like he's a hard worker. From what you sent me earlier from YouTube, he's a hard worker. I like that about him. He's an East Coast kid. He's from New Jersey. Hey, I like that. I like the trade. I'm not gonna lose my mind over the number one pick because they're already talking about you value the number one picks. Unless we're tanking, the Steelers don't tank. They'll play hard, and then whatever their record is, it is. So they're not gonna tank. They're not Miami. They're not trying to lose. So, you know, I look at it. I try to be positive about the situation. So, you know, and you never know how number one picks are going to play out. I mean, come on, man. We drafted number 25 in the first round. That was our number one pick. Is he a good player?
Yeah.
We drafted 48. Didn't we pick him like 16? Is he a good player? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm asking the question.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody talk about this value of number one pick. Unless you picking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hey, I don't. The value is not the same to me. I mean, and obviously teams don't feel that way about the value when people are trading up and trading down as much as they do now. There's more trades now in the draft than there's probably ever been, just because of value. So I'm cool with Minkah. I'm excited to see him play, and it sucks that we lose the pick. But look, we have a 2. I think we got 2 forwards, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully we get a compensatory for Le'Veon. That'll be 2 3s, right? That'll be 2 3s. So hey, day one, the first hour won't be our day. But after that, hey, let's roll, let's get it. And I'm pretty sure they've been scouting, so I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with the trade, man. I know a lot of people asked how I felt, and I did a little preview last night, but you got to look at it like this. Is exactly what Kenyon said. The Steelers does not have a great track record over the last, let's just narrow it down and say the last 7 years. They don't have a great track record drafting secondary players. And y'all know we still need a secondary player. Okay, Steve Nelson, and in my opinion, I think Steven Nelson looks good so far. But you're going to have to get another corner because Joe Hayden, he's on the tail end. So that was either going to be a first or second round pick. We already know Sean Davis more than likely was not going to be re-signed. They didn't work out any type of extension with him. Nor did they do that with Javon Hargrave, which, kind of upsets me a little bit. But those are usually signs that they're not going to sign these guys. And I don't think any of us are satisfied with Sean Davis's performance thus far. Whether it was strong safety or as a free safety. Has done better at free safety, but still nothing to write home about. So if most of us would agree, just like what Kenya said, I think most of you guys, even if you don't agree, look at the track record. If you look at the track record and you can see that we don't do a great job drafting first-round talent in the secondary, why not get a guy that has already balled out, shown what he can be, 22 years old, cap hit is super low. You get him on the cheap with a 5th-year option. So he's under contract until 2021 with an option. I'm just saying, if we're going to have to go get a safety anyway, why not? Because here's the question still, the nation, and I'm glad Kenyon gave his examples, but most of you guys have no idea who the first-round pick should even be anyway. Let's just be honest.
That's right.
Let's be honest, man. This is a family show, but we got to keep it real sometimes. Like, Some of you guys, let's just be real. Not everybody are football guys. You're just fans, and that's cool. I'm not I'm not beating anybody up on it. I'm just saying it's the truth. Some people are just Steelers fans, but they're not football folks. Meaning, you have no idea at this point who the first round pick would be or should be. So why are you so upset? I mean, it's tough. I'm with Kenyon. I hate a first round pick is so valuable because number one, you're thinking they're going to be a great talent. Number two, the 5th year option. So it does suck to not have the pick, but I don't think I could be upset when I see what we got for it. And let's see, man. I think Minkah might turn out to be somebody. I mean, he's already proven it in the college ranks. He's proven it last year at Miami. And I think it's going to help out Edmonds a lot, pairing those two guys together. So that's my thoughts on it.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree. And just to piggyback what Sim just said, and what me and Tony and Sim always talk about, it's almost like that's why I made the comment why it's hard for me to chat sometimes, and I just try to shut up, because while there are a lot of people that are Steelers fans, they only care about the players when they get on the team. Whereas, like, I may be looking at players before they get there and just scouting and just seeing who would fit. You know what I mean? Not that I'm 100% correct all the time, but I'm batting about 75%, and I'm cool with that. So, I think a lot of times when you have players you have in mind, oh, this guy will fit, or this guy will fit. It's like, I don't know if people watch the games, and it's just like it's almost like now you're hearing like a lot of screaming about Keith Butler and all this other stuff, and we talked about I talked about Keith Butler a year and a half ago. I told you it was gonna be the same thing. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like when you watch him, I don't have that same type of animosity. I'm already over Butler. You know what I mean? Like I'm kind of waiting for them to make that move. And it's really a Rooney decision. It's not even a Mike Tomlin decision. It's a Rooney decision, because Rooney's hired him. So I don't have that same type of issue as far as that goes. But I think the call now, you're having like a lot of calls for Tomlin to be fired and to replace with Mike McCarthy, and I'm like, they have the same resume. They have the same resume.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, if you want to be technical, if you want to break it down to a technical thing, Tomlin has a better resume than Mike McCarthy, because Tomlin has been to 2 Super Bowls. McCarthy's only been to 1.
That's right.
Yeah,
and Tomlin has a better winning percentage also.
Exactly.
And then I see people saying, "Oh no, go ahead."
No, I was just going to say real quick too. Just not on that subject. Just that also, I like the fact. On another note, I like the fact of how, you look at Tomlin and you look at Kevin Colbert, how they just, the things that we're seeing is stuff that we really haven't seen in times past all that much. It was just only sporadically. You're talking about them just having the guts just to go out there and to move up to the first round pick. I mean, they've done it before with Troy, but 2 times in 1 year, that's amazing. That's stuff that we've never seen in our lifetime, really. I mean, for them to do what they've been doing right now, to try to make the team a lot better than what it is,
And Dan Rooney would have a heart attack right now.
Oh my God.
Dan don't give up no.
What about the Chiefs?
Oh man, they don't give no first round picks up.
I'm talking about. What about the Chiefs? The first week.
Oh man, big art.
He turns around in his grave, buddy.
They don't play them games with first round picks, man.
Nah. Remember, our Rooney was mad at the Steelers for passing on Marino. So think about that. He was mad. He went to his grave mad about that. Think about that. He's mad at his sons for that. You know what I mean? He was like, I'm mad at y'all for that. So what do you think he's gonna be? Now when they just giving up picks? Whew.
He probably would have said, "We could have got the next Marino."
Hey guys, I just want y'all to know you got guys that's in the chat that don't know who we talking about. So they might be just Steelers fans.
Oh my bad.
Listen,
Sorry.
I wasn't nowhere near born when he was out there. but I know the history.
Art Rooney is the original owner. He's the original owner.
Yes.
And then Dan took over after Art passed, and then now Dan Rooney, he's the second, right? Dan Rooney the second is running the team now, and then they have another son that will take over after that. That's a scout right now.
No, Art running it now, right? Ain't Art the second is running it now?
Art
Yeah.
the second is running. Art the second, and then they have a son. There's a son that's younger that's like a scout. And I guess they're grooming him to like eventually take over.
Yeah.
But Art built it. That's the best way to put it. Art built it.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yep.
So that's pretty much it.
Well, let's get some phone calls, man. We got 4 phone calls. We're going to try to burn through each one of them. That's probably going to be the most effective way, and then I'll jot down some notes if we need to comment on anything. Remember, guys, really quick, in and out. Make your point and be out. First up, area code 484. What you got for us?
What's going on, Sim? It's Jedi.
Jedi, what's up, man?
Jedi.
What's going on, guys? Hey, I wanted to come in real quick and kind of give my 2 cents on the move that I have just made in the past 48 hours. To me, personally, I am eternally grateful for everything that Ben has done for this organization. I don't think people truly understand the kind of things that he has done for us. But let's not act like he's the most healthy quarterback, the past, couple of years, and he is injury prone with the way he plays the game. So that's why I was pushing for the Steelers to draft a guy to sit and develop for a year or two to take over when Ben is done. Now, I'm not trying to say that Mason Rudolph is going to be, the next Tom Brady or the next Dan Marino or anything like that. I'm not trying to say that, okay? But what I'm about to say, it makes sense for me because I have seen guys with the same injury and the timetable on their return to the game is not just an easy recovery. I don't know 100% if it is truly Tommy John surgery, but it was a complete UCL tear, which is that ligament on I believe the outside of his elbow. Here's the ironic part about it, okay? Both Tommy Maddox and Terry Bradshaw, both of their careers were ended on the same exact injury. Here was the eeriest part of it, okay? Tommy Maddox's injury happened in week 2 of his, I think it was the 2004 season, which was the rookie year
against
that
the Ravens.
Came in.
Against the Ravens.
That's right.
Against the Ravens.
Yep.
That's right.
And that was the only game that we lost in the regular season. He ended up going 15-1, and we lost in the AFC Championship game against the Patriots. Now, I'm not saying Mason is going to do that, but the fact that the analysts and people on TV are automatically writing us off because they haven't seen the talent that Mason has to offer is ridiculous. I saw him live. I was at the game this weekend, and I'll tell you, he was incredible. He was calm. He was poised. And one of the biggest things that I
got a lot of noise going on. Who's that? Somebody making crazy noise in the background.
So I don't think it's me, but one of the biggest things that I found, especially on Sunday, was not necessarily what he did in terms of his statistics, but how he responded to adversity.
2-minute warning.
Okay? He threw the pass to Dante Concrete, okay, and tipped the ball and it was intercepted. Now, some young guys can automatically fold. Some young guys can automatically fold and just fold in the game and really not perform. He came back to the sideline. He talked about it with his team, and the very next drive, it looked as though he was driving down the field more effectively. He didn't let one interception affect him in the game. Okay, so I like the fact that he is going to be the starter this season, and it's kind of his audition for when Ben is done. Now, I will say it's going to be really hard for Ben to come back to his old form after this injury. Okay, he's not going to be the same kind of quarterback that's going to be able to bomb the ball down the field 60 yards. I know. And the final thing is, I love this Minkah trade. We basically only gave up a first-round pick for him. So he's that rangy free safety we've needed since Troy retired. I absolutely love it, and that's really all I have to talk about tonight.
Appreciate it, Jed. I definitely appreciate you calling, man. We're going to move on to the next callers. We appreciate the history lesson, too, for you guys that don't know that. And again, it happens every week. The first guy sets the tone. Y'all got to hurry up. Y'all keep going and going and going. Come on, let's rapid fire, man. Let's be fair to everybody else who wants to call in. Next up, area code 443. What you got for us?
What's up, Sim? It's Gold Drip. I just wanted to say we've been telling the Steelers to get aggressive for 5 years now. And you saw with Nelson, Bush, and obviously Patrick now. I mean, it was. I don't know. I don't understand the hate for the trade. I mean, Minka's better than any DB in this draft, from what I know. Like as far as surency and what we already know. For the mad people who say we got robbed, they said the same thing during the Raiders trade, and you saw how that turned out. I mean, the only part I can say is not great is people forget we got a 4 back, and it's not the Dolphins 4, it's the Texans 4, because they traded their 4 to the Saints.
Oh yeah,
but
that's
still,
right.
We got a 4th round pick out of it. So, so that's what is that? A 2, conditional 3, and I think we're still sitting good. And who knows? Maybe Minkah can help this defense win some games. Maybe the defense can carry Mason to some wins, and maybe we make the playoffs, maybe we get a wild card spot, and then that pick ends up being 18 or 19, and then people will be saying we win. I'm just saying.
Yeah, man, and we appreciate the call. It's just, let's wait and see what happens. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it right there. Moving on to area code 706. What you got for us?
Yes.
Hello.
Oh, yes, hello?
Yeah, I'm here. What's going on, man?
Hi. I'm a young Steelers fan myself, and, you know, I think the trade can really help us out with Fitzpatrick, and there's a lot of news going on that we should sign Kaepernick, and it's just going all around the news and everything. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but that's really how I was worrying about, and we're just not gonna really have Ben no more. So I just want to see how the rest of the season goes and how we process.
Man, I definitely thank you for your call, man. With you being a younger person there, appreciate that, man. Appreciate you watching and finding my channel. But here's the funny thing about you, though. You get to see a new era of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So remember this time, because you never know. One day you might look back and say, wow, that Mason Rudolph turned out to be great. Minka Fitzpatrick turned out to be one of the best Steelers ever. Devin Bush turned out to be one of the best linebackers ever. So you at a sweet spot right now. So enjoy that youth. I wish I could borrow some of that from you. Area code 313. What you got for us?
Not much. Okay, I'm going to call you guys the 3 wise men. Since y'all sit there, I'm going to run something to you, Sam. This your boy from Detroit. The only thing I want to say to you is, if you would have told me in 2 years, the Killer Bees, and everybody used to say 3, I call them 4. I count Martavius Bryant falling off the wagon. But
yeah,
make a long story short, there was 4 of them. We had the most prolific offense. If you would have told me in 2 years all them guys would have been gone, I would have called you crazy and you need to be taken to a psych ward. All 4 is gone. Ben, Bell, Le'Veon, and Martavius. So to make a long story short, now they went and did this thing. I love it. They traded the first round pick. Can we say too little, too late? They should have done that long time ago when we had the offense. You should have been did that. Now you're trying to save face because, see, now everything is gone now. Now you would do this. You should have did that when we had the team, when we were sitting at the doorstep to kick New England's door in. You should have been traded up in the first round. We sat there and died. I give Tomlin credit. He inherited Bill Cowher's team. They played in the Super Bowl right before, 2 years before he got there. So he inherited a Super Bowl playoff team with, like you said, good veteran players that knew how to play in the postseason. But after they started leaving, and we did not replace the talent. That's why you're saying 7 years going, and all the guys we drafted, they didn't work out. Jarvis Jones, oh my God. Now you got Artie Burns. Now you got none of them paying out to be what they supposed to be. This one is, he probably hit the button too late. They should have did it about 4 years ago. We were right there. That's
Absolutely.
all. It's defense. That's all we needed. All right, partner. Y'all have a blessed one.
You do the same. Yeah, the Rooneys, man. The Rooneys and Kevin Colbert, they gotta hit the go button. That's very simple there. And Tony and Kenya, make sure we remember some of these key points we might want to hit on. We got
I got all of them. No,
we got a bunch of calls, man. We got 8 calls in the queue.
I got some flames.
All right. 8 calls in the queue, guys. I'm gonna have to ask for you guys to do a minute or less, in and out. If not, I'm gonna have to mute. We gotta keep it moving. We have 50 minutes already. Area code 803. What you got for us?
Hey, brother, how you doing tonight?
Good, man. How you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Good. Now, your buddies, they brought up a sensitive subject about Dan Marino when we didn't draft him, but the history behind it, Art Rooney Jr., not Art Rooney II. And really, Chuck Noll, he was the guy who really probably had more say-so, wanted to draft a defensive player, much like me and Joe Green, Senior Sack, Gabriel Rivera, and, well, sadly enough, he got paralyzed in a car accident. Now, I'm shocked. We picked up Minka Fitzpatrick. We getting a guy who can elevate the secondary, a guy who can make up for those mistakes that you see normally when you see one guy missing a playoff. We have a safety that's looking down in the line when he should be back. Minka Fitzpatrick make up those plays. My only question is, for us offensively, do we bring in a veteran behind Mason Rudolph? And that's it.
Man, we definitely appreciate your call. I'm laughing because we're going to get into that after the calls. I'm going to let Kenyon kick that one off. But next up, keep it going, guys. Quick, please. We're running out of time. Area code 410. What you got for us?
Hello?
Yes, sir. 410.
Hello?
Yep,
hey, what's up? What's up, Sim?
What up?
What's going on, man? Hey, listen.
Sound like Dez.
No, this is Brian.
Oh, okay. Got you.
No, this is Brian.
All right, what's going on?
Hey, brother, first of all, I love the show. Man, I knew you brought up. This is why I left the Ravens to get with the Steelers, man, when I watched the draft. And I kept saying, take Rudolph in Washington, and they passed on. I said, you know what? I'm done with this team. And I've been with the Steelers since. And I love the moves that Colbert made. And I knew they was going to get Bush. And I just knew they were going to take him. Then I figured they would give up next year's pick to get Greedy Williams to get back in the draft. They didn't do it. But they addressed it with this pick, so I'm even more excited. So, yeah, they can play their base 3-4, and this guy can come on and still cover in the slot. This is going to be balling, man. Thanks for taking my call.
Definitely, man. You know I got to pick with you, though, man. You can't switch teams, brother. And you know what? Dez is in the queue. I thought that might have been you, Dez, because I saw the 410 and the number looked a little familiar. Man, that's blasphemy, man. You can't do that. You can't switch no team like that. I'm just picking with you, but yeah, man, we don't do that around these parts. All right, area code 810. Guys, honestly, I got to cut y'all down to 30 seconds, man. Keep it quick. 810, what you got for us?
Hey, what up, Sim? This Black Hawk, man.
What's up, Hawk?
Hey, what's going on? Hey, I just got real quick. I like the trade, man. I really do like the trade because we needed that safety help. And I was thinking, man, it's kind of ironic that Ben may go out the same way he came in.
Yeah.
In the NFL. And that was pretty much all I had to say, man. Y'all fellas be safe tonight.
Appreciate you, man. Guys, Black Hawks, follow his lead. That was perfect. Perfect. I'm not trying to rush y'all, but I told you, time is of the essence. Your boy ain't even had dinner yet, man. I'm doing this for y'all. Area code 412. What you got for us?
Hey, good evening.
Good evening.
Question. Fitzpatrick, I think it'll work out great. As you have said, that they don't do real well drafting. Maybe next year they can go out and sign a free agent for an edge rusher.
You know what? That's a point that not a lot of people are making. I'm glad you said that, because a lot of people that opposed the trade said the first round pick could have been an edge rusher. So that is a good point you just made there.
Well, for whatever reason, they decided what they had been doing in the past wasn't working, and they went bananas this year.
Yeah, I like the trade, man. I definitely do. Anything else for us really quick?
No, that's going to be it tonight.
All right, area code 412. Looks like another Pittsburgh guy, so I appreciate you calling. Let's keep it moving. And let me see. We might not get to all of y'all, man. I'm going to be honest. Area code 219. You are live. What you got for us?
Yo, what's going on, Sim? All right, lightning round.
What's up, man?
Number one, it doesn't matter who we get on this defense. Nothing will matter unless Keith Butler is fired. I don't want him to get no type of motion. He needs to be out the building. No, he should need to be clear cut of the Steelers. He needs to go, point blank. There's absolutely nothing we can do with him. Also, the other guy said that there was 4 Killer Bees. Incorrect. It was actually 5. Let's not forget about Boswell, even though he's still on the team. And that'll be it. You have a good night, my man.
Man, I appreciate the call. And you're right. Kenyon has been preaching that. You know what? I'm even going to give father-in-law Leonard some credit. He said this a couple years ago, too. And I was the one saying, look, I don't like Butler either. Maybe it's the talent. But when you see Butler continue to come out with the same plan, like blitzing Hilton repetitively with no disguise, yeah, you got to get out of here. Look at all these other defenses and look at how they disguise their defense. I'm just saying. You got to go. Area code 973. What you got for us?
Good morning. Good afternoon.
What's going on, man?
I love the pick with Minka because it seems like the Steelers can't really address in the draft with the secondary. They do great with receivers, and they usually hit on linebackers. Besides, Bud Dupree and Jarvis Jones, they usually hit on that. But I love the pick because we probably could get a nice, even if we have a losing season, if we go like 8-8, maybe we still could get a good second round pick with that, and go to work. You know what I mean? Steelers for life. Let's go 7. Stay away to 7.
There it is, man. Definitely appreciate your call. Yeah, man, they do pretty good with receivers, man. But those other guys that are DBs. Nope. Played it simple. Area code 202. What you got for us, man?
Hey. So I just wanted to go real quick. Minka Fitzpatrick. I love the trade. I moved Mark Barron to strong safety. Trey Edmonds. I don't like it.
You said trade Edmonds?
Wait, not Vince. No, I'm not trading him. I'm turning him to a package safety, big dime situations. But Vince is hurt with the hamstring. I'm putting UG3 in. I'm starting it. I want them 2 young boys to go crazy. I got all faith in Mason Rudolph. Switzer needs to sit down. Moncrief, sit down. Start Washington. Start Juju. And put Deontay Johnson in. Great call. Love y'all. Appreciate it.
Appreciate the call as well, man. Kenya, make a note of that one. Mark Barron is strong safety. All right, 2 more calls, man. We're only going to take 2 more, 704 and 803, and because we are really running out of time. 704, what you got for us?
Yeah, what's up, Sam? I gave you a call Sunday night. I went off on Buck a little bit, and then I see another caller went off on him, and I got a question for y'all. We're thinking outside the box, with Fitzpatrick, which is great. And but what we need to do is put Butler in a box and ship him out. and my question is, why don't we let Mike Tomlin take over the defense like a lot of other coaches have done in the past? Like Rex Ryan and guys like that, where they can, run the defense and coach too. And then the Fichtner now with Ben gone, Fichtner he can do what he wants to do now without being superseded him or something, maybe a little bit, or vice versa. Because I would like to see us get back to play action with a running back in the backfield, pick up that blitz or leak him out the flat. That's what the Patriots do. And the Fitzpatrick pick, going back that real quickly, is that not what the Patriots do also? They go out and acquire talent, proven talent, and bring them in. That's what we need to do. We got to think outside the box. I've heard you say that several times on the show. But thanks, guys. Thank you for the call. I'll be listening.
Man, thank you, man. You made a lot of points that we're going to try to cover before we wrap up, because I think a lot of that could cover most of the things that Kenyon probably jotted down anyway. Definitely want to hit on that Butler situation. And the question I'm going to ask Tony and Kenyon is about Tomlin. How much do we think he takes over? And then Randy having more freedom. So we'll definitely attack that. Last call, man. Area code 803. What you got for us?
Going on, man? Well,
Nothing
you know,
much.
I like the way, you know, y'all talking about that y'all like the player or what, but I go back to when we had, you know, pick up Morgan Barnett, you know, we had wasted money right there on the trade for him, but, you know, I just tune in right there, you know, to say, you know, tenfold from that.
Appreciate it, man. That was a real quick call. Thanks for the call and thanks for the comment there. You know what? Because of that, I will take one last call who just popped in. Area code 505. Short and to the point if you can. What's going on tonight?
Hello?
Hello, what's going on?
All right, so this is a very dire situation. You know what? I believe that we need to get back to playing Pittsburgh Steelers football. The football that I saw when I was growing up. We need to run the ball. We need to play good defense. We need to focus on the defense more. We spend way too much on the offense, man. So when this crap happens, and when Ben goes down, or like when the offense is playing slow, we're already screwed because we have no defense to make up for it. You know, I think that there's a chance that this might be Ben's last ride. Who knows? What if Mason Rudolph? What if he goes in, and if he does well, are we just gonna sit Ben? I mean, this has been a very tough season so far, and I think that that we have very dark days coming in Pittsburgh. That's all I have.
That is a fact. We appreciate the call. I'll answer that last question really quick. Ben Roethlisberger comes back. Mason Rudolph sits down. There's no way they're going to let Ben sit behind him. No way. He's meant too much to the organization. They're not going to do that. But all right, guys, we got about 5 minutes to try to recap a whole lot. Kenyon, what's the first thing we should tackle real quick?
You want to tackle the Baron, the strong safety?
I knew he was gonna go to there.
Or do you want to tackle what made me upset earlier this morning when I was kicking all those emojis to y'all?
Yes, let's do that one because I know where Kenyon is going, and I'm gonna just throw him the alley-oop. Somebody here asked about bringing a veteran in to back up Rudolph. So, Kenyon, please tell the good people who we brought in.
We brought in a great pass, man. Nice pass. I caught it. We decided to sign Paxton Lynch, who was a first-round pick. I don't know why he was, but he was. And we decided to bring him in as the emergency quarterback, or he's on the practice squad or whatever. But that's what we decided to bring in. Now, there are people who wanted Cap. That wasn't happening. There are people who want other people. There's nobody out there. But the fact that Paxton Lynch is on the Pittsburgh Steelers, I'll never get mad. I'm always even keel. I'll never let anybody piss me off. It's not happening. I have too much. That's wasted energy. But this one, I don't know what they were thinking about. I don't know what's going on over there. But there's no scenario where I'm signing Paxton Lynch. I don't want him on my practice squad. I don't know why he was in the building. I want to let him in. So that's my thoughts on Paxton Lynch. Sim and Tony had a different viewpoint on it. I'll let them speak on that, but they know how I feel about that.
I'll say that really, really quick, man, and then I'll see what Tony thinks. After listening to the Tomlin presser, I understood why they did it. I don't like Paxton Lynch either. But Tomlin said the reason why he was attractive is because he still had practice squad eligibility, which prevents them from having to use a roster spot on a third-string quarterback. When you put it like that, great, cool, because we assume that he won't play, he won't be active, So I will say that was a smart business move, but I agree with Kenyon. The fact that this dude, let's pray not, but the fact that there's a chance that he would have to play some football for us, yikes. But I get it. I get why they did it. I'm not mad at the move. Just don't like the guy that they did it with. But yeah, that's all I got. What you think, Tony?
Yeah. Hey, I agree everything that you said. You couldn't have said it even better.
Oh wow! Somebody said that Cardell Jones was released from the practice squad today by the Seahawks. See, and all of that. See, here's the thing too, guys. You got to think about the timeline. All of that probably happened after the fact. So
yep.
We can't go back and say, oh, well, we want this guy. I mean, now, they could very well cut him and bring in Cardell Jones. That is very possible. So we'll see. But, yeah, I agree with Kenyon.
There's no difference between Cardell Jones and Paxton Lynch.
I know, pretty much.
That's right. Hey, I'm surprised you didn't say anything about the Morgan Burnett illustration.
No, I just got that was the first topic. Yeah, I wrote.
Okay,
I got I wrote the notes down when I heard the callers. I was paying attention. Yeah, we can go to that next because I'm Paxton Lynch. It's we covered that. As far as the Barron to Sean safety, Mark Barron has not played safety since his first year in the league. He is not a safety. He's getting burnt at inside linebacker. You want to put him at safety to cover ground in a box against like tight ends? Who was he covering? Mark Barron was getting taken off the field by the Rams last year in passing situations. I don't know if people realize, like I see the Rams a lot because I'm in LA, so I see them. They were taking him off the field. In the Super Bowl, he was off the field. You know why? Because he can't cover anybody. Pittsburgh got him as a stopgap. Like that's my personal opinion. They got him as a stopgap so they can kind of play that nickel defense. But he's not your future starter. That's why the deal is so short. I don't even expect him to be on the team next year, personally. And as far as UG3 playing now, look, I like UG3. You know, we've already talked about him. We scouted him, but he's not ready. You can't put him in the game yet. So he's a year away. He's like a year away, and hopefully he develops. That's my thing about the pick, about when you lose a pick like that. Because in my mind, I was thinking, okay, we have UG3, keep the pick. You don't get Delpit, who we both love, or we all love. We don't get Delpit. I'll take Isaiah Simmons and then put him next to Bush because Isaiah Simmons can cover because he was a safety. You know what I mean? So you can move them together. But now that pick is gone, you know it's a UG3. It might be UG3 or it might be a free agent that they get, or they may draft somebody. There are people in the draft that Pittsburgh can get maybe in the second round at inside linebacker. A kid out of LSU that played next to Devin White last year. He was a junior. He's a senior this year. Michael Divinity Jr. Great. Just keep an eye on him.
Oh yeah, I watched him over the weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, Michael Divinity Jr. Watch him.
He was all over the field too.
Yeah, he's all over the field, and I don't think he's going to go in the first round. You know what I mean? But he might be there in the second. You know what I mean? So him, and then there's another kid. Edge rusher from LSU. I think his name is Kellavon Chasen, 6'4", 238. Yeah, watch those kids. You know what I mean? So, but other than that, yeah, Barron can't play Johnson. You know, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not excited when Barron's in the game, but I know he's gonna play now.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I know he got a fumble recovery and all that's great, but it's you know.
Yeah, man.
You know, he's just an eh. You know what I mean? It's like more eh. That's how I feel about him. So it's all good.
Barron, that strong safety. Yikes, we reaching, boy. Reaching.
But then he said he wanted to put Edmonds in the box, like on specialty. No, you let those two kids play together. Edmonds is gonna make mistakes. He's making mistakes, and everything is great. But I think, like you said earlier, Minkah will help Edmonds. They'll help each other, and you know they're very athletic, and you know, so I'm cool. I'm cool with Edmonds. I mean, I'm cool with him making mistakes. We're so quick to judge players in their first and second year. It's just interesting to me because I always think the example I always use Troy as my example. And I just think about that first year, and even into his second year, when he was making mistakes. And I, if Troy was making mistakes in this era, you guys would be talking about trading.
Pretty much.
The Hall of Famer.
Yeah, man. Yeah. What else? What was there another thing, Kenyon or Tony, that we wanted? Oh,
I think there was
Butler.
Oh, the Butler. Is it the Butler?
Keith Butler.
Okay,
yeah.
so y'all going to go first?
Yeah, I'll be quick with it, and I'll throw it to Tony. Here's a question I have for both of you guys, and I'll give my question and explanation at the same time. Keith Butler, like I said a little bit earlier, where you can tell that it is the defensive coordinator, is that old saying, putting your guys in the best position to win. And I always say this. Y'all always hear me say, look, I got to blame the players as much as the coaches, which is still true. But when I can see that it's frustrating, watch other football teams, man, and you'll see very quickly how they disguise on defense. How they, remember when the Steelers used to jump around and walk around and you never know who's coming? We don't do any of that stuff no more. Every time we blitz Mike Hilton, it is, anybody could see it. Ray Charles could be the quarterback and know he's coming because he does it the same way. That's coaching, because that's the play call. And he'll do it repetitively over and over and over, and it's not working. Those type of things. There was another situation, and I wanted to show it tonight, man. We just didn't have enough time. When we go into the empty set, we always getting caught with the wrong matchups. And I didn't even notice this, man, until I watched the film, and I heard, the guys on Steelers Depot say it. That touchdown to Metcalf, Edmonds got matched up on Metcalf instead of Nelson being on him. Now, that could be a communication thing, but you would think, oh, now, you play him because you've been shutting him down all game. And Edmonds should have been on the tight end rather than being on Metcalf. But it's little things like that we keep seeing. Last week, we saw a situation where Vince Williams was on Josh Gordon. What is going on? Call a timeout if you have to, because we've shown that we cannot defend empty sets, especially when we're in the wrong personnel. But here's the question, because I don't know if we ever will know. How much does Tomlin dictate the defense? Is he, is his plan along with Butler, and that's both of them? Does he rely on Butler too much and allows him to coach too much? Like, I wish I really knew that. I wish I knew whether or not Tomlin was a Belichick type that we know he takes over running the defense, or even on offense. We know Sean McVay is calling the offense. And guys like that, Kyle Shanahan. I don't know this about Tomlin. So I want to know, do we think Tomlin, and I'll come to you first, Tony, and then I guess we can wrap up after this one. Do you think Tomlin has any hands-on with that defense during the game, and how much is he helping to control, man, on game day?
I think he has some input, but like we know, Tomlin has always been, we know this already, has always been a manager. He's the coach. He's probably had some input, but he probably allows them to do their job. I think he allows Butler to do his job. So, I mean, from what we see, you look at other defenses in the league. They look a little bit. It looks a little bit different. It's like when you look at. Okay, look at this. Look at. We can. We'll be here all day, but you look at that. We can't stop no one on the third down. And the problem has always been, if you notice every week, and this is coaching, we know this. The communication problem.
Yeah.
Every Bush comes out and say, hey, it was communication. Every time you turn around, it's communication. So something is not right, And I tell you what, when he first came in, we said, hey, we give him a chance. But, it looks like he's not, the talent that we do have. It seems like sometimes he doesn't have a clue. Like you said, we didn't even hear Nelson's name. And that's good, because that means he's doing his job.
Nelson was balling out there.
And then put those players, in those positions, like you said, blitzing Nelson. you have to know what your players can and cannot do. And it's just, I mean, it's like it's almost like you're setting them up to fail. And I mean, every time you turn around, third and 15, and it was no contain on that run. We got a hold call. He comes back and do it again because he knows that we not going to stop it. So Russell Wilson, come on, man, you don't have a plan for Russell Wilson like that? I don't know, man. But I know it's time for him to go. So you're right.
It is.
That's all I got to say about it.
Take us home, King.
I mean, I don't know about Tomlin's hands-on thing. I mean, you know, the job of the head coach in a lot of ways is to delegate. That's the point. It's like anybody that's the head of something. But I think in Tomlin's case, you know, people say Tomlin should take over the defense. You know, always remember this. Tomlin was never a DC. Remember, he never became a defensive coordinator. He was a DB coach.
Oh yeah,
so
that's true.
He's never had that type of job. So, you know, and Tomlin is a cover 2 guy. He's a Tony Dungy disciple. He's a cover 2 guy. He's a zone guy. And actually, if you want to break it down, he was running that. Tomlin's influence was felt during the LeBeau era when they were running more cover 2. So, as far as Keith Butler running and trying to play man, the problem with Keith Butler is what Sim says. Everybody knows what's coming with Pittsburgh. And you know they're going to blitz Hilton. And to me, that's Hilton's best quality, the blitz. Because I don't think he's a great start guy anymore. And this is a running thing for the last 2 years. And so I look at them like you can have all the talent in the world on defense like they do. They have a lot of talent, a lot of number 1 picks, a lot of talent. It's like a lot of 5-star kids going to the same school. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
if your defensive coordinator is not good or has not adjusted, I'm not going to say he's not good. He doesn't adjust. So when you cannot adjust and you're kind of stuck in your ways, this is the result. Every time Seattle made a big play, every time the Patriots make a big play, they always hit you in the same spot. It's like always over the middle, or they get people that can't cover backs. And people say, you know, you want to go back to old school Steelers football. You can't run. You can't run old school Steelers football now.
Nah.
It's different. It's different now. You can't run. You can't just run the ball and run it 30 times. And we don't even have backs like that. So what? How do you accomplish that goal? So, you know, I do believe the offense will be more open. See, I think this is Figner's shot because he can show how he would call a game without Ben's influence, because Ben likes plays he likes, and he has the right to do it because you know what I mean. That's his right. He's earned that. But now you're going to see what Figner can do with Mason Rudolph. Oh, and the other topic we forgot to talk about, Tim, was the Killer Bees. When we had them, we should have made moves. Remember that? The Killer Bees. We had all the Killer Bees. Here's my thing. Everybody talk about the Killer Bees. Y'all talk about this era like we won 5 Super Bowls, or we went to the AFC Championship 4 times, or we were dominant. Can I ask you guys something? Were we dominant? Did we go to the AFC Championship? Did we go to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Thank you. That's my point. So all these Killer Bees, offense is great. Offense is one side of the ball. You win championships with defense.
Yeah, and they tried. You know, they tried to draft people, and you know we know the organization. You know, I get what my man was saying. He's right about time, but there ain't really nothing we could do about that. That's the organization being stubborn, stuck in their ways, and there it is, man. But one last thing I will say, because you know the chat here is fact checking on us, and I appreciate that, guys. So I did a little Google search. Mike Tomlin actually was a defensive coordinator for 1 year in Minnesota, 2006.
Okay.
So
he did it 1 year.
1 year. There you have it. So, but appreciate it, guys. Look, that's what we're here for. You know, everybody's input is valuable. So I'm glad you guys said that. But yeah still, 1 year, you know. Yeah, no.
I mean, Keith Butler's been DC what, 4 years?
Somebody said, what was their record in 2006? Now, I got two. Let me see. It'll take too long to figure all that out. Maybe we'll talk about that another time. Yeah. But anyway, guys, we need to get out of here, man. I'm way over my time. I'm starving. Ain't had nothing to eat. Went to the gym after work, so came right back here and got on the show. But the last thing I will say, man, and I'll keep it very short. Will we beat the San Francisco 49ers? I don't know. I don't.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to think that we will, only because it's a road game. Mason Rudolph, yeah, he looked okay, when he came in, but still, he's still a young quarterback. There's a little bit of tape out now. We got to travel. You're adding a new piece to the defense, which should help, but sometimes, even with communication, that could be an issue. It ain't looking good for us. The San Francisco playing pretty well, but we shall see. But it's very possible that we could be 0-3. So that's all I got on that.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
I hate to say this. Then you're talking about, and we can only go week by week. I'm just gonna leave it alone. Cincinnati next week, and after that Baltimore. So I'm just leave it alone. I just want to say this real quick. I just, that's just how I do things. And I say this on the chat all the time. And those that are on the chat, they know that I say this. And you said it before too, Sim. It's a real good possibility. I mean, we could be 5-11. Like the Redskins ex-coach used to say, 5-11, not very good.
Oh, man.
But
man.
we could be 5-11, and I mean, it's exciting that Rudolph is playing, and it's exciting that we got Minka Fitzpatrick. But it's just exciting for the moment. But those guys have to go out there and play, and it doesn't. Yeah. We can't nullify. We can't nullify. We can have a great defense, then we have a defensive coordinator that's going to put them in good position. I mean, is the moment going to be too big for Mason? We're going to see. I mean, he did some good things. We see all that he can do, but we shall see.
I'm not going to be doom and gloom like that. I'm not saying 5. I don't predict record. But when people predict, it's like I never do that. It's like it's a waste of time. But it's kind of like, I look at it, it's simple. It's this simple. It doesn't matter who we pick up if the people in the positions to call the plays,
still there.
Are still there. So that's my worry. My worry is Minka Fitzpatrick goes there and he starts looking like, he's missing calls. I mean, I expect him to miss calls this week because he's a rookie. He just came today. So, but. If I see the same calls, if I see Sim texting me talking about why they keep blitzing Hilton on 3rd and 5, and if I keep seeing that, and I keep seeing him hitting them over the middle with the tight end and little receivers going across the middle.
Oh Lord, George Kittle.
At that moment, I'm gonna say to myself, it doesn't matter who we have. It's almost like. It's like if you don't get the cancer out of your system, it's just gonna fester there and just sit. And I understand it. Some people, I guess, I don't know who likes Butler in Pittsburgh besides Tomlin and maybe the Rooneys. But as I said before, we're one step closer to Terrell Austin. We're just one step closer. Just keep playing defense like that, and Terrell can get in there.
Yeah, man. And that's all we got, man. I'll try to be a little earlier this week with the pregame show, man. I'll try to hit maybe Friday or Saturday. I can talk a little more about San Francisco because I haven't watched anything from them. I don't really know what they have to offer. I just know they are 2-0 and we're not. And it's their home opener.
Yeah.
So we better be ready. But outside of that, man, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Subscribe to the channel, man. For you guys who may have donated and I missed it, I appreciate that. If you want to donate, bottom corner of the chat, hit the $sign. You could also donate outside of YouTube. Information is in the description. Always appreciate it. Never required. But other than that, just do me a favor and hit the like button. Share the stream. And for all the callers, we appreciate your input. Whether we agreed or not, it's all opinions. But all right, man, that's going to do it. Y'all take it easy. Everybody be safe. God bless. Good night. And we'll catch you guys later, man. Let's hope Minka does something great. And we'll see. But all right, man, we out of here. Y'all be good. Peace.